Hello, y'all. It's been a while since our last post, and mainly my fault, being sick and all, which it seems to have lingered on there for a while. Benjamin had me dead. He had me cloned. He had me this. He had me that. But then that's Benjamin. You know, Benjamin is a sensationalist, and he tells stories. He's good at it. He should be writing novels. He shouldn't be doing post. But then again, that's what I think. My opinion. You know, when I started this, I always thought we'd get into the bunkers, and I thought that we'd have access to the notes. We'd have access to the documents which would confirm my lawsuit even further than what it had been, and that we'd be able to open up different doors in relation to governmental organizations, countries, and everything else, things that they were doing that were illegal, so that we could peek in on them and find out what they have been doing for the last, let's say, 100 years. And and those documents are actually inside the bunker. But I never thought for 1 second that I would be named Amanah, seeing I didn't know what the Amanah was. I had never heard the name. I heard M1, but I never heard Amanah. I fell into that. That's not something that I groomed into. I was naturally fighting the cabal for us, in our behalf, to get those accounts opened so we could do humanitarian projects, and et cetera, et cetera. But above all things, they were watching. Certain people were watching, paying attention, and they saw the work that we were doing, and it was a yeoman's job. We worked very hard. We did work hard. We still work hard. And we opened up many doors for ourselves in places like Indonesia. And Indonesia's like home. It's like home. And we're defending that nation. We defend it. We protect it from people who are trying to steal the gold from the accounts or the bunker. And there's many. Look what they're doing. They tried to do it in South Korea, which we stopped. We had help, but we didn't have much help. We were just a small team of people who went after right directly for the jugular. We didn't take prisoners. We didn't. How could we take prisoners? We didn't have the money for the food for the prisoners. You know, we had to be very careful how we did things. So we got rid of them. However, we had to. They usually ran, and they'd take off and they'd hide. They'd be thrown under a bus somewhere. You know, that's what happened all along the way. Presidents included, ex-presidents, prime ministers, and geez, we did well, didn't we? And now we got to the point where I am the Amanah, and I feel different. I feel more responsible, because I'm not working for myself anymore. Before, even though I knew I was helping everybody, I thought that it was only me. You know, if I failed, it was me that failed, for me. I was doing everything, financing and everything, and it was me. Now, I don't feel that way anymore. Like I used to tell my guys, don't worry about it. If we drop the ball, we drop the ball, but we're going to get it done. And I always felt that we would. And now, I find out there are people who are watching, such as the Sultan of Solo, and what a wonderful guy he is, really. And I see how responsible he is, and how he behaves, and he's an example. He's a good example of what someone should look like and act like in this position. He's the perfect teacher. And well, to make a long story short, people are trying to steal our assets, our items in the bunkers or in the accounts. Either way, they're trying to steal them. And we're talking about people such as the UN, NATO, it goes Bank of England, it goes to, right from beginning to end. The pictures on the preface. And who are they? Well, it's a who's who, basically, again, of who's cabal. and we're fighting them, and they're trying to stay alive. Remember, and they've got people in there from various parts of different families in Asia who are trying to assist them in opening up the bunkers. Like Sue, you saw her picture over there. She's dressed in red. She's subject to me. I'm the Amana. She works for the Amana, and I think I had to make that clear to her today in the preface. I mean, there's so many different variables that take place in mirroring accounts and so on. I have black books. I'm going to demand the black screens. If this guy Lowe can get the black screens, I can, because Lowe is a con. He's also been playing a dirty game in the past, and I love it when a con's trying to con a con. You know that, Nosko? There's a con artist, right? Right? Okay, and he's sitting up there and on his high seat, looking down at the other people, and the other people are bowing to him. That's amazing. And he's not real. And they're not real either, and they think they're tricking him, and he thinks he's tricking them. The con is conning the con. I think it's quite the statement, and I think it happens much too often, but that those who don't have are willing to let the con trick them. And that's what that's about, and we're waiting for them to do something there so that we can not only stop them, but we can open the doors and maybe create more problems than they can imagine. On the other hand, we've got a bank in Montana, in the States, in the United States, a guy named Lampard. He's the chairman of that bank. And what is he doing? He's stolen 2 bunkers from South Korea. Who knows how much money is in there? They say 26 trillion. I say more. How did they get that into the U.S. and how did they get that to move across the U.S.? It has to be by air, I would think. But how did they get into our airspace with that? And where did that plane land? And what is that bank near in Montana? And come to find out, it might be near a base. So they had the military backing. But this is something that Trump needs to know. It's something that the Joint Chiefs of Staff have to know. We're talking about $26 trillion that don't belong to them, and it's sitting there in the United States. And you got the Secretary General of the World Bank, Young, saying he's going to go live in Montana when he retires. Before that, he was probably going to go live in the Caribbean. But now there's $26 trillion there. He knows where he's going. That's where his bread is buttered. So what do? We want our money back. That woman, Sue, works for me. We want the money back. We'll see what happens on that. There's numerous people that I've already spoken to, law enforcement people as well, who know who some of them are, many of them, and they're ready. If I say go, it's go. I'm not saying go yet. I'm going to wait until I speak to them. Because I wasn't involved with this in the beginning. Somebody else was when they stole it. Okay, it's a big job stealing bunker out of South Korea. It's a big job. It's a lot of stuff in those bunkers. Now let's go further. And Mr. Lowe, you're not who you claim you are. You're not in control of the black screens, and you're not this and you're not that. Count Albert told me quite a bit about you, and I'm not going to say too much bad about you. You know, I talked to you once, I think, one time before, or sent a letter or email or something we did. I don't know. But I want it straightened out, and I want the funds back from that situation there. Okay, and that was involving Count Albert, Vernon Banco, whatever it's called, and not my Count Albert, their Count Albert, Benjamin's Count Albert. Now let's get back to other things, and we're going to come and get you all, just so you know. You're getting a chance right now by me telling you, I know what you've done, we know what you've done, and we're giving you a chance. You can't hide it. We know where it is. We've got machines that technical machines that can tell us exactly where the money is. You can tell us where the gold is. We can find out whatever you did. But I'm going to demand the computer with the black screens. It belongs to us. You bankers don't deserve it. You never did. It always belonged to the Amanah. We will have that. And we will take care of it. And we will find out who used those funds in the past illegally by mirroring them. I can see a line getting together right now in San Diego, getting ready to cross over to Mexico. Thousands and thousands of politicians are ready to go, and lawyers and everybody else, because they're going to get caught. What a line. To get back to everything else, we're going to be there soon, and we're going to finalize things. You know, Nelu Mathawabawa got his hands in the things a little bit too much and thought that he was Napoleon all of a sudden, and he found out that he met his Waterloo. And he's out of the picture. Nelu Mathawabawa has nothing to do with this any longer. There's a few others who don't, who, from what I understand, the Sultan let go. We're coming back. I'm bringing my team. I have some other teammates in Indonesia who are Indonesian, and some from the United States and Europe, Indonesians who are coming as well. I have my guys coming as well, and the King of Hawaii coming. We're going to be in good shape. We're going to be in good shape to do the things that we need to do for humanitarian purposes. I need when I get there to meet with certain people so I can build a casino on the water, and that's going to happen. And Kawa, I would expect you to still want to build and do the work in the hotel, in that hotel. Okay, that's still your project. You don't have to be with Nelu. Nelu hurt you by doing what he did. He cost you a lot of money. Now, there's so much to do. We're going to have so much to do. So many things in the mountains, so many things in the hills, not just in Indonesia, all over. There's so much money that's going to be out there. The platforms generating more capital, coming back and forth, so that we are continually spending money and making money at the same time without drawing off new money. It's going to be an adventure of a lifetime, and we're all going to be going on that ride. It's going to be a ride. It's going to affect us all, I think, in one way or another. It's going to be a good thing. Now, just let me get my act together. You know, I don't think I look bad. I'm not losing any hair. I just turned the hat this way because Nasco says you couldn't see my face. So this way here you can see my face, but you can't see the back of my head. So we'll leave it like that. As for everything else, it's going to be one doozy of a trip. And it's going to be the trip of a lifetime for anybody and everybody involved. I can only imagine who is involved and who's not involved. I'm just happy that the Sultan and others like him. Well, it's really hard to be like the Sultan. He's a class act. But others will be involved and will be working at making the world a better place and not continually abusing it as has been the past with those who illegally use the accounts. We're going to do good. We're going to do good. We're going to be good. There's so many of us that I know right now. I see your pictures right here. You're all here, and yeah, that's us. We're going to be going forward, and we're not going to have flags or anything. We're just not going to know flags. We're just going to be doing the right things for the people. Don't know what to say beyond that, other than the fact that we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. So I wish you all well. It's been a long trip. Like trucking. The chip's cashed in. I keep trucking, remember? Grateful Dead. Now I have to find a song that fits this thing, and I have to do this, and I have to do that, title, and you know something? In just a little bit of time, we're on our way, and Russ, thank you, and Russ, thank you, and Mark, thank you, and everybody who's helped me along the way to get here, thank you. We're not done yet, but thank you. We're coming out of the darkness now. We're getting into the light, and I've had my share of black magic hitting me. And let me tell you something. I thought it was a cartoon. Didn't realize it was real. but it's real. And I'll show you something next time, or next time I'll show you something that'll make you cringe. Make the hairs on your arms stand. Make your hairs on your legs go up too. You know, and that's only the woman. So what can I tell you? But we've got some crazy things to show you, and I will show you, and make you feel part of this a little bit more, because as we're coming to the end and coming to the beginning, I want you to feel part of it. We're all going to do this. Everybody. Not just in the U.S., not just in Europe. We're all going to do this. There's things that you're going to see done that are going to make most people run. But that's me. Just only me. Doing what I do. Stirring up the pot. Anyway, thank you very much. And yes, I do. Stir up the pot. My dad said there was nobody better. So you just take care of yourselves. Let us do what we have to do. And those machines, by the way, the hearing computers, again, I just can't believe the things I hear. And I hear more and more things, and I hear the same things again about the machine doing the same things as before. But I'm beginning to hear different things quite often. Like the guy who was paralyzed. All of a sudden, 7 years, he gets up and walks. Wow! I mean, it's amazing. And the other guy with the brain tumors, they shrunk. It doesn't have brain tumors anymore. AIDS, I know that's done. They've been doing that in Brazil. But now, there's just so many more. And we're not going to be having many more machines, as I've told you. And I'm pushing for more, because there's nothing better. Not in this planet. So, if you need any machines, you contact Richard or you contact Dean, and they'll put it together. And you still got Larry and Nancy over there too, but you will put it together. We'll get it for you. I'll do my damnedest. I've got 8 machine requests today from people whose families are sick, they're sick. We're furthering that up. These people, some of them need the machine now. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best every which way. So I want you to know again that I thank you all for everything you've done. So now it's going to be our time to open up the door and show some light. And it's going to be fun. Take care. God bless. And there's a new marshal in town, boys, and we're coming to get you. There's a lot of sheriffs, too. So, we're coming to get you. So get used to it. It's going to be fun. What a hoot. Ciao, ciao, everybody. And God bless.